Today, we're talking about harmful foods that can be especially problematic for people over the age of 50. As we get older, our bodies become more susceptible to certain health issues, and it's important to be mindful of what we eat. So, let's dive in and take a look at some foods that you should be careful with if you're over 50. Eating unhealthy foods and drinks can increase the risk of developing certain chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. These diseases can occur at any age, but the risks may be greater as you age. By the way, if you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and press the bell icon to get notifications of all of our videos. The first food to avoid is refined sugar, also known as white sugar or table sugar, is a type of sugar that has been refined from sugar cane or sugar beets. There is evidence to suggest that consuming large amounts of refined sugar can have negative effects on health. High intake of sugar has been linked to an increased risk of a number of health problems, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and tooth decay. As we get older, our body's ability to process sugar can decline, which can increase the risk of developing conditions such as insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. In addition, older adults may be more prone to other health problems that can be influenced by diet, such as heart disease and tooth decay. One of the main concerns with refined sugar is that it is high in calories and can contribute to weight gain when consumed in excess. It is also low in nutrients and does not provide any health benefits. In addition, many foods and beverages that are high in sugar are also high in unhealthy fats and added sugars, which can further increase the risk of health problems. For these reasons, it is generally recommended that adults consume no more than 25 grams, 6 teaspoons, of added sugars per day. This can help to ensure that sugar intake is kept at a moderate level and does not contribute to negative health outcomes. It is especially important for people over 50 to be mindful of their sugar intake and to choose a healthy, balanced diet to support overall health and well-being. It is difficult to completely eliminate sugar from your diet because it is found naturally in many foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and dairy products. These types of sugars are generally not a cause for concern and can be consumed as part of a healthy diet. The main concern is added sugars, which are sugars that are added to foods during processing or preparation. These added sugars are found in many processed and packaged foods, such as soda, baked goods, and candy, and can contribute to weight gain and the development of chronic health conditions if consumed in excess. Instead of using refined sugar as a sweetener, you may want to consider using natural sweeteners, such as honey or maple syrup, or low-calorie sweeteners, such as stevia or monk fruit extract. By making these types of changes, you can help to keep your sugar intake at a moderate level and maintain good health. Let's talk about the second food, which is refined salt. Refined salt is commonly used in cooking and as a food seasoning, and it is also used in the production of some processed and packaged foods. It is available in various forms, such as fine salt, coarse salt, and iodized salt, which is fortified with iodine. Consuming too much refined salt can have negative effects on health at any age, but it may be especially important for people over the age of 50 to be mindful of their salt intake. This is because as we age, our bodies may become less able to regulate sodium levels, which can increase the risk of developing high blood pressure. Sodium, a component of salt, can cause the body to retain water, which can lead to dehydration. It can also put extra strain on the kidneys, which can lead to kidney problems. Some studies have suggested that high salt intake may increase the risk of osteoporosis, a condition in which the bones become weak and brittle. In daily routine, the average person consumes more salt than is recommended for good health. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, the average global intake of salt is around 5 grams per day, which is significantly higher than the recommended daily limit of 2,300 milligrams for adults. In the United States, the average intake of salt is even higher, at around 3,400 milligrams per day for adults. Most of the salt that people consume comes from processed and packaged foods, rather than from the salt shaker. These types of foods, such as canned soups, snack foods, and frozen dinners, are often high in sodium. To reduce your salt intake, try choosing fresh, whole foods instead of processed and packaged foods, and be mindful of the amount of salt you add to your meals when cooking and at the table. By keeping your salt intake at a moderate level, you can help to support your overall health and well-being. Third food is saturated fats. Saturated fats are a type of fat that is found in many foods, including meat, poultry, and dairy products. They can also be found in some plant-based foods, such as coconut and palm oil. Consuming high amounts of saturated fats can have negative effects on health, as they have been linked to an increased risk of several chronic health conditions. It can raise LDL, bad cholesterol levels, which can contribute to the buildup of plaque in the arteries. This buildup can narrow the arteries and increase the risk of heart diseases or high blood pressure. Some research has suggested that saturated fats may increase the risk of insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. Saturated fats are high in calories and can contribute to weight gain if consumed in excess. It is generally recommended that adults consume no more than 10% of their daily calories from saturated fats. Butter is a high-fat dairy product that is high in saturated fat, with about 7 grams per tablespoon. Many types of cheese are high in saturated fat, especially hard cheeses such as cheddar and Parmesan. Heavy cream is very high in saturated fat, with about 5.5 grams of saturated fat per tablespoon. Many fast food items, such as burgers, fries, and chicken sandwiches, can be high in saturated fat due to the use of ingredients such as cheese, meat, and fried foods. Many frozen meals, such as frozen pizza, frozen burritos, and frozen dinners are also harmful for your health because of their ingredients. To reduce your intake, try choosing low-fat or fat-free dairy products and avoid fast food or frozen meals. It is generally recommended to choose oils that are high in monounsaturated or polyunsaturated fats, as these types of fats can help to lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and may have other health benefits. Saturated fats and trans fats should be limited in the diet. At number 4 is alcohol. Consuming alcohol after the age of 50 can be dangerous for a variety of reasons. As we age, our bodies become less able to metabolize alcohol, which means that it takes longer for the body to process and eliminate it. This can increase the risk of alcohol-related health problems, such as liver damage and certain types of cancer. In addition, alcohol can interfere with certain medications and can exacerbate certain health conditions, such as high blood pressure and sleep problems. It can also increase the risk of falls and other accidents, which can be especially dangerous for older adults. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, recommends that adults who drink alcohol do so in moderation, which is defined as up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. It's important to note that the definition of 1 drink may vary depending on the type of alcohol being consumed, as different types of alcohol have different alcohol content. For example, 1 drink is equal to 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of 80 proof distilled spirits. It's also worth noting that alcohol consumption is not recommended for people who have certain health conditions, such as liver disease, pancreatitis, and certain types of cancer, or for people who are taking medications that can interact with alcohol. If you have any specific concerns about alcohol consumption and your health, it's a good idea to talk to a healthcare professional for personalized advice. Unhealthy foods and drinks to be mindful of include those that are high in saturated and trans fats, added sugars, salt, and alcohol. Consuming too much of these foods and drinks can lead to weight gain, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and other health problems. On the other hand, eating a healthy, balanced diet that is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can help to support overall health and well-being, and can reduce the risk of developing chronic diseases. Be sure to check out our videos on foods that are good for your health after age 50.